Hey guys, what's up? It's Emmy here from the Cookie Nook, and we are ready to decorate our Easter cookies this week. I hope you guys had fun doing the Peter Rabbit activities and read the book, and now we're going to decorate some cookies to go with it. So I have my cookies here, and you should have your 3 bags of icing and your sprinkles and your toothpick. Let's see, do I have my toothpick? I have my scribe. All right. So if you haven't already, you're going to start by massaging your bag so that your colors come back together if they've separated. So you really just want to take that bag and rub it. If you've already cut the tip of the bag off, that's okay. You're just going to pinch it so it doesn't come flying out, and then rub those colors back together so that you don't have watery icing. Okay, this is royal icing we're using. If you've ever tried to make royal icing at home or wondered how to make royal icing, I make my icing using confectioner sugar, meringue powder, and vanilla and water. So we're just rubbing those colors back together and then cutting the tip in your bag. If you need to pause the video to do that, go ahead. All right, so my colors are all rubbed back together, and I'm gonna start with the bunny. It's like a little Peep marshmallow bunny. All right, and we're going to make this bunny the green color. So you want to cut a tip in your bag. You don't want it huge. There we go. It's focused in. Okay, about that size, and start by outlining. Let's see. There we go. You're gonna just gently squeeze it out and hold your bag above your cookie. You don't want to run the tip of your icing through the icing that you're putting down on your cookie. So we just outline the bunny, and then you're gonna go back and fill in. This is called flooding your cookie. Some of you guys are getting really super good at this. I see you making your cookies every week. The Latigard boys, you guys nailed those Dragons and Tacos cookies. Those were some creepy dragon eyes, and that taco looked like a real taco. All right, so we just flood the cookie, fill it all in. And then you can use your toothpick. If you didn't massage your colors back together enough and you see some streaks, now is a great time to just kind of go back and blend it together with your toothpick, just going around in circles. And then give your cookie a shake to get it to smooth out, okay? So once we've done that, we're gonna move this one out of the way because we want that layer to crust over a bit, okay? And then we're going to go on to our carrot. So for the carrot, we're gonna take our orange icing and we're gonna start by just outlining the orange part of the carrot. And flooding the orange part. Evelyn, I saw your cookies too for Dragons Love Tacos. Those were awesome. Did you eat them all up or did you share them? Are you guys eating these week's cookies? This week's cookies? Or are you saving them for the Easter Bunny? So we do that, and then we shake it out, get it to smooth out. And then you're gonna take your blue, and we're gonna just drop a couple polka dots in there. All right? So if your polka dots are kind of sticking up, you can take your toothpick and just poke them down a little bit. Like that. Okay, so when you're done with that, you're gonna move that one to the side. and then we're gonna move on to the egg. So the egg is a couple more steps to do, and maybe a little trickier, but we can all do our best here. And if it doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. All right? Sometimes you might think you've made a mistake and it ends up making an awesome cookie. All right, so you start with outlining. We're using the blue here. Remember, when I'm doing these cookies, I have tried out a couple different ways and decided what I like and what I don't like. And I do them with my kids, and some of my kids, like my daughter, she likes to follow the steps I tell her. And then one of my sons, he says, I'm just gonna create my own. And that's totally fine. I love to see what he creates on his own. All right, there's no wrong way to create. So you go ahead and fill in your egg, and then you'll want to smooth it out a bit. Okay, shake it, even tap it a little bit. And now we're going to take some of the green, and you're gonna add polka dots, 4 polka dots, kind of close together. And then with those polka dots, you're going to take your toothpick and just kind of pull the polka dots towards the middle of each other, and it's gonna make a flower. I don't know if you can see that very well with the glare. Let's see, pick it up and show you a little closer. Can you see that? Okay. So you just keep doing that. You do fit a couple of those. I'm gonna try and fit 3 sets of those on my egg. There, and then I'm gonna do one over here. And then I'm gonna just take my toothpick and I start in the middle of a polka dot and pull it towards the middle of the group. Okay. And then if you feel like, maybe you didn't love the way you did them, it's okay because there's more going on to this egg. I'm gonna do a couple orange polka dots. You might even wanna take the orange and put one in the middle of a flower. And then I'm gonna take a few of these sprinkles and just sprinkle them around. Get those on there. Okay, so your egg is done. And now we're gonna go back to the carrot. So now that that orange has crusted a little bit, we can add the green top to it. All right, so we're going back to the green. You're just gonna kind of outline it. And then flood it. And I'm gonna take my orange and I'm gonna kind of add a little swirl going down the carrot. Okay, and now I'm gonna push this one to the side. Now, we're gonna add the sprinkles to the bunny. You might, depending on how long this process has taken you, we want our sprinkles to only stick to the new icing we're putting down so it looks like a bunny tail, okay? So if your icing is super wet, the green icing, you might want to wait a couple more minutes on this. So if you want to pause, finish up some other cookies, or if you feel like it's ready, you're going to go and do just a blue. You're using your blue now. I like this blue because it reminds me of Peter's coat. All right, so we're just making a little blue tail. Parker, I got to see your cookies and your sister's cookies from last week's Dragons Love Tacos. Those were so cute. And the Brochu boys, I got to see yours too. There we go. Can you guys tell I have my tired voice on? It's really early in the morning. I couldn't sleep. So I said, you know what? I'm getting up and I'm making some cookies. All right, now you're gonna take your sprinkles and sprinkle them on. To the tail, into the little ears. All right, and then we can kind of see, if I had waited a little longer, my sprinkles would only be sticking to the new icing I put down, the blue icing. That's okay, I can kind of move these ones, moving you on. All right, and then I'm gonna borrow this bow. All right, you could take your bow and add a little bit of icing to the back. You might not have a pink bow. I made all sorts of different colored bows. Your bow might be green or blue or yellow. I'm gonna add your bow. And then your bunny is all done, your little peep bunny. All right, and then we can go back to our carrot. We have one more detail to add. I like to do some funky little lines, squiggly lines on top of the carrot with the blue. All right, and then those are your Easter cookies. Sounds made. All right, hope you guys had fun. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I know some people wanted to know where I get these bags because these are different than the thicker Wilton bags that you might find at the store. Those are great if you need to use a tip, but these are tipless bags, and I find these on Amazon. They're much cheaper than the other bags. Okay, so I'll try to put a link in the bottom if you were looking to order these bags. All right, guys, have a great Easter, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.